All right, so we are back. This group that I have in front of me, they're excited. They love video games, but specifically, they love Apex Legends. Apex Legends is a game that has just taken over their lives. They're into it. They love the characters. They're first-person shooters. You know, there's Fortnite. There's other games, but these guys are putting aside Call of Duty and they're putting aside Fortnite, and they're speaking specifically about Apex Legends because that is their jam. I look forward to kind of learning more about the game because I don't know a lot about it, but these guys sure do. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it along to these guys.
Hey everyone, welcome back to an amazing podcast. I'm Tobey, and with me, as always, is Ethan and Isaac.
Hello.
Hello.
This is episode 1 for January 5, 2024. Last time we talked about introducing us and talking about what we will be doing this time. We said we would talk about Apex Legends and rating them on a tier list.
We will take turns about each legend and rank them. We will also say the best legend in each section.
So for F tier, we have Caustic. Caustic has always been a really bad legend because his gas is not that great. He hasn't received any buffs since season 5.
Yeah.
His passive is able to see through other players' gas.
Yeah, but that makes him very annoying.
His tactical is the gas. He throws down 6 can of gas that does 5 damage per tick, which is really nothing. And his ultimate is a blanket of gas.
So also for F tier, we have Ashe. Ashe is not that good because the only thing that's really good about her is her super, because like she can kind of teleport, but there is a delay with her super, which you could easily get killed when you use it.
Yeah, that's true. Her passive isn't really that great. It's a scanning ability, but there's other scan ability options. Her tactical is a snare trap that is really easy to get out of, and it's really just a bad pick. So I wouldn't recommend Ashe.
Yeah.
So for our next legend, it's Mirage. His passive is Now You See Me. So basically, you go invisible. This is probably the best passive in the game, but like that's just my opinion. You go invisible when rezzing teammates and respawning teammates, which is really clutch for your games.
Yeah. And even though that's good, he has his tactical basically spawns a clone of him, but it's pretty easy to tell like who's the clone and who's not the clone. And his super is basically just multiple clones, which really makes no difference because if there's like an army of clones that they're just standing right next to each other, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah. So for Lifeline, our next D tier legend, she's always been a really bad pick since the start of season 12 when Newcastle came out. So her passive ability is also a really strong ability, but it's outdated a lot. Her passive is send out a drone to res your teammates without physically having to do the animation. And her drone, her tactical, sends out health to everyone in a radius. Her ultimate ability is the Lifeline Care Package, which sends out shields and armor to everyone in the group, which is not even that great if you think about it.
Yeah, and for C tier, our first one is Vantage. Vantage is kind of good for sniping, but that's really all she does. And you can get like better snipers because her ultimate is basically just a sniper, but you can get like much better snipers from loot and stuff. And her tactical basically just allows her to jump like not that much of a distance.
Yeah, and Revenant's tactical is way better than Vantage's. It doesn't have like that slow wind up time like it does.
The only reason you can you can just charge it up so you can go farther, which makes it really good.
Her passive spotter lens isn't really that great of a scan ability too. I mean, yeah, sure, you could scan people from like a mile away, but like it's not going to do that much for your team. It just tells you what type of armor the enemies have, and it's not really that great. Next up, Ballistic. His passive is to carry a third gun, which is really good for his ultimate. You should always have a third gun with you for ballistic. His tactical is the Whistler. For ballistic to do this, it's an automatic pistol that locks onto enemies, and when you attach it onto them and they shoot for too long, it overheat.
Yeah, and that means you have 3 guns.
And his ultimate is basically it's very good actually. He gets a golden gun when he uses it, infinite ammo for his entire team, faster reloads, and yeah.
Yeah, but even though that ultimate's really good, it still has to be C tier because there's a lot better characters in the game. Next, we have Seer. Seer is actually pretty good because he can like read people's heartbeats. Ultimate is basically like a really big radius of you, and you can read people.
It's
which
a
really,
big scanning area, yeah.
yeah, which will really help you in clutch games.
His tactical is basically the strongest scanning ability. It's better than Bloodhounds, but not that great. No, it's better than Bloodhounds. So you could see the player's health, and you could tell whether to push or not. And it scans multiple enemies.
Yeah. Next, we got Rampart, and Rampart basically used to be good, but she got like nerfed. Like she used to be a pretty high pick rate, but then she got nerfed, and then her minigun, which was like her ultimate, became kind of useless because then you can like easily dodge it, and you can just kill the Rampart. And her shield isn't that useful either because you can kind of just climb over it or just shoot it a lot and it'll break.
Her passive allows her to reload LMGs faster, and it's really good to have an LMG if you're a Rampart because you get faster reloads and an extra magazine, yeah, for your weapon. Next up is Crypto, which is a C tier legend. Crypto's always been a not that great pick rate ever since he came out in season 2 of Apex Legends. He's always been a really bad legend. His passive is really useless, really. It should have just been with the drone. His passive allows his teammates to see what the drone does in a 30-mile radius. His tactical ability is the drone, which is good, but it could be destroyed.
Yeah, and like your character can't move, so if you're not like in a good hiding spot, you can easily die. And then his ultimate is just basically the drone has an EMP, which basically explodes, but even that is not like a really big radius. So you have to go like really close to an enemy and then use it. And then by that time, they could already find the actual character and you could
It
die.
is a great push tool. I'll admit that, but like
it's great. Sometimes people use it in like tournaments to kind of like if they're like you're the last team, you'll just kind of like find a really good hiding spot. But there aren't that many really good hiding spots in the map.
and like Crypto's EMP disables traps, but like no one's really using control characters anymore, so like makes Crypto pretty useless, really.
Yeah.
And his drone HP is really low, so if it gets shot down, he has no other abilities to use.
Yeah.
That's why we put him at C tier. Next up is Watson. She has a pretty good passive, which allows her to regen her shields. Her tactical is the main part of her kit, is to place down these fences that do 20 damage per tick, which is really good if an enemy goes past it. Her ultimate ability is...
It's like a battery, I think. It's like a giant battery.
Yeah, it's like this battery that
Yeah, it'll disable your
enemy grenades and
Yeah.
regen ally shields, so it's a really good clutch ability, ultimate to use.
Next, we got Valkyrie. The reason why she sees here, she used to probably be like really good,
highest legend,
like yeah,
yeah.
best legend ever, like S tier. But
like-
she got extremely nerfed because her
I mean, she didn't get
ability.
nerfed, but like her ultimate is really useless now.
Yeah.
Her ultimate is players could just use her ultimate in game because her ultimate now is the evac towers. So
Yeah, and basically like her ultimate also kind of has a delay. Well, evac towers, you kind of just drop them down and wait a few seconds. But yeah, she has to get like ready to charge up and then go up, and you can easily get shot. Like if
Yeah.
you're trying to escape, you could easily get shot and fall.
Yeah, and
But her tactical is still pretty good.
yeah, her tactics was pretty good.
But even though there's not really radius, it's kind of like a bigger grenade. If like the team's kind of cornered, you can just kind of put that there and then just run and it'll shoot them.
Her passive is her jets. So you could easily get shot out of that. There's better movement
Yeah.
other than her jets.
Yeah.
So next up we have Gibraltar. Gibraltar's always been a C tier legend. He hasn't been that great. He hasn't been that good. He's been nerfed a couple times, but also buffed. So we put him at C tier because his passive arm shield isn't that great. You could see it from really a far distance and just shoot it. It only has 50 HP. It gets shot down. His tactical is a really good ability, probably the best abilities of the game. The dome, a indestructible shield that provides you and your allies so you can't be shot. Yeah, it can't be destroyed.
Yeah. And I think Dome's only good in like the other game modes like capture the flag and stuff. They're only that's really good.
Gibraltar's ultimate is defensive yeah, I think I said that right. He basically, it's a better Bangalore ultimate. That's all I know. It does 40 damage per tick. It's a radius that sends down a bunch of nukes to basically destroy the entire lobby if it's inside. It's a really great clutch up ability in the smaller final rings. I would definitely use him in competitive rings. High rings, he's really good. I don't know why he's
Like if it was a team of three, one person should be Gibraltar or like Newcastle maybe too.
yeah, he's really underrated. So, but he's also kind of bad. So
In B tier now, we have Bloodhound. He's like one of the better tracking characters. A lot of characters can track, but he's pretty much his entire thing is tracking people. His tactical can basically scan the area, so you can easily use it in like a really clutch game with a small circle, or you can like when you first drop, if you go to like a hot drop, you can scan it and like pick up a gun and kill like 5 people at least, you know?
okay, so Bloodhound's passive ability is tracking your enemies. So if your enemies have been every time they take a step, Bloodhound can track that.
It'll show the footprints.
Oh yeah, the footprints. Yeah. Also, there's a buff to Bloodhound ever since season 16. He got a huge buff to him. So now there's like these white ravens that could tell you where the closest enemy is. His tactical can scan enemies and scan traps, so you could tell whether to push or not.
Yeah.
His ultimate is, well, he goes beast mode to say the least. He turns glowing red, which is not that great, so everyone can see where he is. But you get a 40% speed boost, which is the highest speed you could get in the game. It's really good for pushing or trying to escape. It's a really good escaping tool, actually. Yeah, that's really it. He's always been a B tier legend. I don't know if they're gonna buff him or nerf him, but like I would definitely use him in competitive.
Yeah. And next in B tier we have Wraith. Wraith is basically like the most competitive character ever. A lot of people use her in tournaments because she kind of just like really good at escaping situations. Her tactical, she can basically like
The Void Runner?
yeah, Void Runner. She basically just completely turns invincible for like a few seconds, and like her speed is buffed and everything, and she can kind of just run, and no one can really shoot her because she's invincible. And her ultimate, she can also kind of just create a portal. So like you can plan out if there's like a really big team in like this part of the map, you could put a portal like kind of far away and then like put a portal in that map, so you can kind of just take the portal and escape if you're about to die.
Okay, so for Wraith, her tactical, I wouldn't use it to engage enemies. It's a really good escape tool. That's what I could say. Her ultimate is really good for trying to get away from teams. So since she's a skirmisher, she's perfect for this role. Her passive isn't really that great. It tells you if you're about to get shot, but like it doesn't even happen. It happens like 1 second after you're dead. So that's why we put her at B tier. Okay, so next up we have Bangalore. Bangalore's passive is double time. This is a great passive to honestly run away from the opponents. You get this passive if the enemies are shooting their weapon at you, and you get a slight speed boost.
Yeah, and Bangalore's tactical is pretty much the same thing, where you can not pretty much the same thing, but you can like escape from enemies using her smoke grenade launcher.
It's a really good tactical.
Yeah.
It fits really well with her character. These smokes can be used to mess up enemy formation, which is really good for pushing or trying to escape, which creates a lot of chaos in the battlefield.
Yeah.
Along with that is her ultimate Rolling Thunder. This ultimate should be used for spacing. I would use this to push enemies if they're weak or for third parties. Rolling Thunder creates 5 airstrikes in a row, I think, and explodes 40 damage per impact. All right, next is Mad Maggie. She has 2 passives. One, she could temporarily highlight enemies, and two, she can move faster with shotguns.
Yeah, and her wrecking ball is another great way of escaping or like pushing enemies, because you can use the wrecking ball to attack the enemies and then like possibly kill them, and then if there's more enemies you can use these little speed boosts to run away.
Yeah, it doesn't do much damage on impact, but like if it's if the wrecking ball hits enemies, then it does stun damage, which temporarily highlights their screen. Her tactical is the ride drill, go, um which placed it could go through any type of wall. It's a really good counter for control edges because they can't do anything about it, like Caustic, Watson, etc.
Next up, we have Loba, and her tactical can basically it'll teleport you to anywhere, which is also like another great way of escaping, or pushing an enemy. When you're throwing it, you can throw it down faster if you're about to die.
Yeah, but like the problem with Lobo's bracelet is that people could see where you're trying to go.
Yeah.
Unlike Revenant's tactical,
Yeah.
it's very stealthy for
Yeah.
Revenant.
And
Loba is just out.
like yeah, just like go get away as fast as you can. And her ultimate can basically bring every weapon like near her into like this into this market where you can
Yeah.
collect all this any good weapons. So if you're in
Take
like
2 weapons, yeah.
yeah, if you're in a final match and you can just place your ultimate down and there might be a good weapon that'll help you win the game.
So Loba's passive is Eye for Quality. She could see high tier loot, which is really good for the beginning of games, but not really that great for the end of games.
Yeah, her ultimate will be useful at the end of the games.
You could take ammo free. You could take a lot of ammo for free from the black market, and 2 items you could steal from the vault. I think only 1 item from the vault. So what I'll do is just take 1 regular item and then take 1 gold weapon from the vault if you're near it. Because only Loba could steal this, not her teammates. But she is a great support character. She's not. Yeah, she's not that bad. Next up is Conduit. Her passive is Save Your Speed. She gets this passive when she's far away from her teammates. I really like this passive because if you're just trying to hot drop and if you're just trying to hot drop and you somehow win those matches, battles, you could just get back to your teammates and get a speed boost. Her tactical is Radiant Transfer. She sends temporary shields to her allies and herself, but to herself is gonna be a little bit slower to heal. No, not to heal. For shields. Her ultimate is Energy Barricade. She can place I think 7 canisters of this, and yeah. No, this ultimate is really good for spacing as well. I really didn't think about this when I use this. I use this for pushing enemies, or just trying to make enemies escape from this. I will use this same way as a control player. If you know enemies are in an area, use this because this has 300 HP on it. Fuse's passive is Grenader. He could stack 2 grenades on himself. His Knuckle Cluster tactical does 10 damage when stuck on and explodes on impact, like small little burst of damage. His ultimate is the Mother Load, which creates a bombardment of fire which rains on your enemies. But this is kind of a bad ultimate because skirmisher legends could just escape from this really easily. And I'll just use this in the final ring. I really don't recommend just using this. It's not really a great ultimate. That's really it.
Next up at A tier, we have Revenant. Revenant's tactical is Shadow Pounce, which is probably the best escape and pushing tactical like in the game. And like the more you charge it up, like the farther you'll go. So if you're really gonna escape like to like the other side of a room, you can just press it like once. But if you want to like escape the fight, you could hold it and charge it and then escape completely.
Yeah.
His ultimate is Forge Shadows.
Which he creates 75 HP. This is a way better version of his ultimate than before.
Yeah.
This is honestly a really great pushing ability. I don't know if they're gonna nerf this too much because this ultimate is really good. His passive is Assassin's Instinct. When people are low on HP, him and his teammates can see that. There's gonna be a yellow indicator, so you could push an enemy.
Yeah.
Third party. So next is gonna be Newcastle. He's he's next on the A tier. His passive is honestly a really great passive. Treat the Wounded. He uses his own knockdown shield to carry his downed allies. You could
Yeah.
essentially res in the open, and if you have no, I wouldn't res in the open.
The best place to res is like in a corner, because then the shield completely covers you when you res your teammate.
Yeah. And they can't see that much. If you have a gold knockdown shield, always give it to Newcastle. He's great with his passive. Next is his mobile shield, his tactical. Now I think this tactical isn't really that great. I feel like you could destroy this way too easily, but unlike Gibraltar, this one can be destroyed. It has 400 HP. I wouldn't use this. No, actually, yeah, I would use this for pushing, but essentially when my teammate's down, I throw the mobile shield down first so they can't be thirsted and just res my teammates so they can't shoot my knockdown shield. Next is his castle wall. Honestly, I think this ultimate can win you fights or just not be used at all. This ultimate's kind of lacking. I would not use this that much. If you're trying to push though, it's okay. It's not the best ultimate. You could use this on down allies. That's what I use the most to get my teammates back in the fight. Also, it's a really good escape tool. I would pair Newcastle with high mobility legends so we could leap onto them. Like for instance, Newcastle and Revenant, his Forge Shadows and Newcastle's Castle Wall can leap onto Revenant when he runs out of it and recharge his shields and then go back in the fight, which is really simple and really good.
Next in the A tier, we have Pathfinder. His tactical is a grappling hook, even though it's not as good as Revenant's escapability or as
It's really good, yeah.
yeah, because for me it doesn't really have range, so I'm not really a fan of the tactical, but the
Yeah.
ultimate is good for like getting across a really far distance. So like in the final circle, maybe not, but in the beginning when you're just trying to rotate to another area, using the zipline gun is really good.
Yeah, it's probably one of the best ways to rotate or trying to escape. This ultimate goes really far. Pathfinder's passive is Insider Knowledge. This honestly just give Pathfinder a new passive. This is really bad. Every single recon legend can use this now to find your enemies. But Pathfinder, he whenever he uses these beacons, he gets his ultimate instantly. And don't get me wrong, it's a good passive, but like I really don't know. The supply ships, if you scan them, you get your ultimate faster as well. Next is Octane.
All right, so his passive is Swift Mend. basically it can heal you over time, over time, but so you don't really have to use any band-aids or anything.
Yeah.
And his tactical basically is a stim, so you can like push enemies, run away if you're like really really low. And even though it'll take a little bit of your health, but you can go like really really fast.
Yeah.
And his ultimate is jump pad, which is another great ultimate for mobility. It could get you to a very high place, or like if you just try to escape. If your enemies are not really good at aiming in the air, you could place down the jump pad, and they can't shoot you.
I mean, I feel like me personally though, I think the jump pad is kind of lacking. It's not the best mobility in the game, unlike Wraith or Pathfinder, but Octane's looking in a good spot right now, so I just keep him at A tier.
And he was like the most used legend for at one point, right?
Yeah, I think he was in the rank somewhere. Next up we have Horizons, everyone's favorite legend, I believe, or not. The passive is honestly amazing in this game. It's essentially when you fall from any height, you get a spacewalk. You take reduced stun. You don't take damage, but you just take reduced stun, which is great for her tactical gravity lift. So she throws down this thingamajiggy.
Yeah, I know. So she goes down this kind of gravity lift, and that's like a. Honestly, I feel like it's a better version of Octane's jump pad because you can like easily just get down instead of just waiting to like you can kind of just jump off in the middle when you're going up. But with Octane's jump pad, you have to wait like a few seconds, you know. And her black hole ultimate, it's really good. I would probably like.
I combine this with gravity lift, lift myself in the air, throw the black hole, and throw some grenades in it. So
and then like another thing is, if you're like if there's like a 2-floor room and you're at the bottom room, you can throw the black hole. Like you can kind of go up the stairs really quickly, throw the black hole, go back down, then like throw a few grenades, and then the enemies are kind of dead.
Because this ultimate is really great team. Because this ultimate is great for team fights, I pair with a fuse because his mother load in the black hole is essentially just a free team kill.
Yeah, he could just explode all the enemies.
Yeah.
And last on S tier, we have Catalyst. Her passive is Barricade, which basically, if you're trying to heal your teammates, you could barricade every door. And then, like, by the time they get there, your teammate's already healed. Her tactical is Piercing Spikes. So, tactical paired with her passive can basically, it'll take forever for the enemy to get through the door, because once they get through the door, they still have to get through her Piercing Spikes, which slows them down and deals damage. And if you're like in that room, it's pretty much just a free kill. Her ultimate is Dark Veil, where it creates like a giant wall that goes pretty far.
Yeah.
And if an enemy touches it, they'll get slowed down and take damage. And
No, I don't think they take damage. I think they just get stunned with this black goo on their face.
But they get stunned for like a while, and then your team can pretty much just kill them.
Yeah, it's a great spacing tool. Piercing Spikes, they do 30 damage, which I think Catalyst is the best control legend out of all of these legends. Barricade, her passive, she places 2 goo. Yeah, I don't know.
Like, yeah.
The 2 goo on the walls.
Yeah, and if there's
barricades.
if there's two doors, you can place 2 at a time, which is really
It takes
really
4
useful.
kicks to knock down the door.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Isaac, and on this episode called the Apex Tier List, we talk about the legends, the abilities, and we rated them overall. We got our pictures on the EA Apex Legends characters, where on the website they add information about the legend for example, the backstory of the character. But we didn't do that. But if you wanted to check out their backstory, you could visit the Apex Legends character and info.
This podcast is a production of Herricks Studios with Mr. Heit in the Content Creation Foundations of 8th Grade Elective. The views and opinions expressed in these recordings do not necessarily reflect the views or position of Herricks School District. And I think we are just about out of time on our episode on the Apex Legends tier list.
That's gonna be it for Isaac, Ethan, and Toby. Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.